konnichiwa minasan, hajimashite, Max desu, onegaishimasu. Bonjour, komoto arimasu, pele Max 여러분, 안녕하세요, Max입니다. Hi everybody, welcome back to another brand new live video for the girls, for the children, and for a brand new model today, fantasy. Woo! So, as you guys know, yesterday I mentioned that we're going to have a new model today. She's related to Eva Longoria. Do you get that a lot?
I do get it a
And
lot.
you guys both are from Texas?
We are.
So, like, are you guys like 3 degrees of separation?
I wish
Possibly.
I could claim that, but I think we're...
It's just a coincidence?
Our parents knew of each other, but we didn't, break bread on
So
Sunday.
you guys are like cousins that grew up on the same street maybe or something like that?
I knew her as we got older, but very lightly. Like, I can't claim any of that. We just ran in similar circles.
Really? In the city, what,
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi, which is, it's closer to Houston then, right?
Well, it's about 3. It's the armpit of Texas. It's on the very that southern tip. If you really kind of.
I thought that was Brownsville, the Rio Grande Valley.
A little north. So in between Brownsville and Houston, there's Corpus Christi, where Selena was found. Yeah.
And Yolanda.
And Yolanda.
Yolanda. Hi, my love. Thanks for joining me today. So today we have Eva Longoria's cousin. We have Danny Longoria from Corpus Christi, Texas. And she is actually Brian's wife. And if you don't know who Brian is, that is my doctor who gives me all my substances, I call it.
That's right.
Have you seen the movie The Substance?
I have.
Yes?
It's incredible. Yeah.
It's like a dark comedy.
I
more
enjoyed
so than a
it,
horror
and
movie.
People were mortified, and I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was more of a dark comedy than a horror movie. It's like a satire on women aging in Hollywood and our obsession to stay young. And
I thought Demi Moore did a really good job of her award acceptance speech. She talked a lot about what you just said.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
She won an award for it?
She did.
Which one?
All of them except the
Oscar?
Oscar.
Which is what she should have won.
Yeah, she won all of it except the Oscar.
But I thought she looks really good for her age.
She looks fabulous. Yeah.
There was one scene where the ass was really like, it was like mine, like really flat and like long. And I think that was a body double because I don't think she looks like that from behind.
Well, and if she does, she's of age to deserve that.
She's like 60, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's up there. So, we're going to use a city stiletto today, and we're going to do a Texas princess fantasy today. That's the theme, Texas princess.
Love it.
So, don't forget, you guys, that this is the last week. So, Sunday is the last day for free shipping worldwide. So, you're going to get 30% off your entire purchase, plus an additional free shipping on every single order worldwide, and that ends Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And then after that, so Monday, basically, at like midnight, you will have our brand new flat rate shipping, which is actually very competitive and very affordable. I think it's going to be like $6.99 for domestic, and that includes Hawaii, Alaska, Guam, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands. All those places get the new shipping rates, and international too. We have new rates for, I think it's like the UK, Ireland. So everybody gets to get competitive shipping, and we still have our free shipping on orders over, I think it's going to be over 100 for the US. So I'm excited. Are you excited, Annie?
I'm excited.
She's excited. Let me put my apron on so I don't get my jumper dirty, even though it's like all faded. And I never wear pink or purple, and I wore this one because the color is kind of like more on the cool tone side, so I think it looks good with my blonde hair. I was going to put blush on, but I've just been so busy working, and then I got a whole bunch of perfumes today. And I bought more. Oh my god. Danny's like, Max, you're addicted, and I was like, I am. It's really bad. But some of the bottles are really pretty, huh?
Very.
There was one that I got today, you guys. It's called Rose Oud. It's like this metallic pink bottle. And I was like, if I was a perfume bottle, I'd probably look like this. I told Danny, I was like, do you want to go to Dubai with me to go perfume shopping? She was like, when? I was like, let's go tomorrow.
And Brian said, but what if I want to go?
He was like, I want to go with Max perfume shopping. I've actually looked into Dubai, so it's a 21-hour flight, which is far as hell. So I'm going to take preparation H for hemorrhoids. And I really like shows and like, I guess musicals and like just shows in general, right? So in Dubai, you think they have like a lot of different ones. They have one Cirque du Soleil show that's permanent there. Other than that, there really isn't that much to do. It's like Las Vegas without the casinos. And a lot of perfume stores. A lot.
And a lot of jewelry.
A lot of jewelry, like that yellow gold.
Beautiful gold.
And goat meat. So if you don't like goat, it's not a fun place to go to. And I think there's like a few indoor theme parks, but they're not really like, I don't know. You don't really go to the Middle East thinking you're gonna go to a theme park. But they probably have like really good spas and things like that too.
Yeah.
I have another friend that went to Dubai. She says there's a lot of Russian hookers too. Or I shouldn't have said that out loud. There's a lot of hookers in general. But there's a lot from Eastern Europe is what they said. Allegedly. I've never been, but that's what they said. So, hello my love. So are we ready to begin the snatching of the phalanges? Let's turn this around. And she has a boo-boo on a finger because nobody wanted to help her build furniture. She's got a little boo-boo, but we're going to hide it today with rhinestones because that's what they do.
That's what we do.
And Danny, we were talking about this really cool procedure that they have for all the ladies out there for the kitty cat.
And we're not talking about the furry ones at home. We're talking
Well, some
about...
could be furry.
Oh,
They could keep it 70s.
My poor finger. So sad.
This is the one that has a bruise, but we're going to cover it up. Do you guys travel often?
You know, last year we told ourselves travel was going to be around family. We had a son that got married.
Oh, congratulations.
We had a son that graduated. And
how many kids do you have?
Brian and I have 4 boys.
Oh my gosh, like the Brady Bunch.
Thankfully, I only made 2, and he made 2.
So 2 and 2.
Yeah, so 2 and 2. And they all get along. They're all gamers. And so we love that our little clan, you know, all came together as one. We were lucky.
We're going in first with the hardware bit to get all that crusty musty out. Look at all that. Poor Danny, she never has time for a manicure. Now you're going to have more time because now the office is pretty much done.
Yes. I think for the last, well, and that's another thing. We didn't travel because we were putting the new office location together.
Mm-hmm.
And that took a lot more effort than I thought it would. It sounded like it was going to be really fun, but it was a lot of work.
It was, and it was like you had so many delays and...
Yeah.
It's one thing...
out there doing construction, brace yourself.
Oh, I heard like for the longest time, like home stuff took forever. Like my banker, she ordered cabinets. It took her like a year to get the cabinets finally.
Oh, really?
Just a really long time. But she finally got her new cabinets.
Well, and I think what I learned is as long as you're being regular, you're probably fine. Like a standard cabinet, she could have like probably gotten...
It was during COVID though, now I remember.
Okay.
So everything was delayed.
Yeah, so if you have if you want to add anything extra, and you know, the bad part about being us is there's a little extra in all of us,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to wait. So, that's what I learned.
You have to be patient. And so you were saying that you guys got 4 kids together?
We have 4 kids together, so last year was really dedicated, like making sure that we were stopping, celebrating them, getting what we needed to do here done. And so this year, we plan to pick up our head and we are going to go to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And we've not done that. We're really excited about it. I think we're going to go in a warm month, right? So May, June area. So we'll really see it in its prime. And the southern region is where we want to go. So we don't know anything about it. I've been trying to Google all the little quaint places.
Mm-hmm.
So we, you know, get a good trip out of it. But mostly, at the end of the year, we're going to go to a place that I've really wanted to go to for a beautiful wedding, San Miguel Allende.
Oh!
We're going to be there in September. And
El Pueblo Mágico, they call it.
yes, and I really, really, I think, look forward to that as well. So,
Are you guys flying into Mexico City?
you know, I just looked at the itinerary like this past weekend. We got the wedding invite in the mail and it was really beautiful, and so I got online ready to book the trip, and then I was like undecided on where to stay, so I didn't look at the where we were landing or where there's 2 airports to choose from,
Mm-hmm.
equally the same amount of time apart. So I guess once I decide the itinerary, it'll drop me where it needs to go.
I don't know how far it is from Mexico City, but Mexico City is really cool. It's like Paris and New York had a baby. And the baby is Mexican.
I love it.
And the food is like incredible. And there's a lot of museums and churches and just a whole bunch of stuff to do in Mexico City. And you can do stuff late, because a lot of big cities, especially like outside of America, because where else but in America can you go like grocery shopping at 2 in the morning, right? Mexico City has a lot of stuff you could do late at night. Like in London, at like 10 o'clock, everything is closed. Same in Europe, a lot of places close really early. Like in London, not in London, in Paris, I remember we were there. And we had just left the show. We had left Paris Le Temps, and we were starving. And it was like maybe like 12:30. Nothing was open. Even something that would say it was open on Google was closed. They were like, oh, you can't go in. I told my friend, I was like, take your boobs out. Let's see if the waiter will be nicer. We're going to use the cuticle clean bit and some manicure water to gently exfoliate and polish the dry non-living tissue. And look at that, you guys. It's like a microdermabrasion, but to the finger. And we haven't even put the nails on, but look how much nicer and cleaner it looks already.
Look, I have a fan. Louise is watching.
Yo, Luis! Look at, I told him this morning, I was like, guess who my model's gonna be today?
He's our Low T Mac Daddy.
Low T Mac Daddy. That's a good name. Look how beautiful everything just gently exfoliates with the manicure water. And this is a proprietary product, you guys, so nobody has something like this, and it smells so good. It does not smell like civet. AKA cat pee-pee.
Isn't it sad that we have a wellness place and my hands look like this?
Well, that's my...
Really bad.
I was going to say, that's my job to make them look pretty. But this is the first time that she comes in. Where do you usually go get your nails done? Just wherever?
No, I normally go to like Classy Nail off Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're fast.
Inconvenient.
Inconvenient, right? And I've been going there like for a couple of years now.
It's just one nail, Classy Nail.
Mm-hmm.
You can only get one nail.
You can only get one nail.
She was actually here not that long ago, the girl that does that skit. Angela Johnson.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I think she was here last weekend.
Oh, yeah. She was, you're right. I missed that show. She's really funny.
Really? You know, she used to be our cheerleader for Oakland Raiders.
I did not know that.
And I think her husband's like a Christian rapper too. They were just telling me that she just had a baby too, because another one of my models went.
I think we were out of town, which is why we didn't go up to that one. But going back to that out of town, like those are our big 2 trips. I mean, for us to get Brian away from the practice, even when we're headed to the airport, we stop at the practice 3 times before we actually go to the airport.
Oh my gosh.
There's like this fear of missing out combination of did I forget anything thing.
Or like something last minute always pops up.
Yeah. And we're older, right? We're forgetful.
You guys are not that old. You're what, like 37?
Of course.
Let's file the free edge down. Look how much cleaner your cuticles look now.
That's crazy.
So we're gonna file the free edge nice and short, so that way they grow out beautifully. So are all guys your kids here?
So all of them are in Tennessee, with the exception of Logan. He is in Dallas.
Oh wow.
He went back to our roots and is a Texan.
So they're all on the East Coast pretty much almost.
They are. We think we might get 1, maybe 2 over here eventually, but the one that just graduated got his RN, and so we have one in the medical language now, and he needs to get the experience that he wants to get before he comes and plays with us, which would be amazing.
And then you're like, I don't have to pay you because you're my son.
That would be awesome. I don't think that's the truth, but he kind of said something funny, like, I can't wait to work for Dad so I can get some vacation. like, wait a minute, that's what we're doing.
They're like, no, you have to stay behind, sir.
We have to vacation.
We have to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Like my mom, when she got a breast lift and a tummy tuck, guess who paid for it?
A wonderful son.
Yes, because she says I did it to her, so it was my
That's
responsibility.
a very brilliant concept. I need to tell my sons
Yes.
about that one.
So you're like, you guys are gonna pay for it because you did this to me. I was talking to one of my other models that she's had a lot of weight loss surgery, and she was like, my boobs point down.
Oh, even after surgery?
She hasn't had it.
Oh.
And I was telling her that my mom had a breast lift that I paid for. And then she was like, oh, I need Asia to pay for mine too. Oh. She was saying that her daughter should pay for hers because she did it to her. So right now I'm going in with the skinny sanding pen and mandrel and just gently etching everything. What is everybody doing? What is everybody saying? Are you guys ready for Friday? Ready to party hardy? You guys gonna go out tonight? Turn up? With what's your cat's name again?
Bear Bear.
Bear Bear. Why do I want to call him Mr. Jangles?
Well, you can call him that if you want.
Mr. Jangles.
He'll respond to anything as long as you get snacks.
Really?
He is a Dalfi's Persian, so he's very social.
Ooh.
He's not the kind of cat that runs and hides under the bed and doesn't want to see people.
Does he shed a lot?
I have him, okay, so you're going to love this. I have him groomed every 6 weeks at the house. He gets groomed more than I do.
Oh my gosh, so he is a spoiled gentleman.
Yeah. Well, and with the boys all gone, that is our child.
That's your baby.
Basically. So.
He probably sheds like me. You brush him and his hair goes all over the place.
Yeah, we try to manage that, but you'll love this. So Brian's allergic to cats. So that's how I know he really loves me, because
he loves the cat.
He loves that cat.
Does he play with him?
Oh my gosh, they're peas in a pod, those two.
Really?
Yeah.
But his eyes are all red and itchy and sneezing?
Yes, the whole time.
I have really bad allergies to cats, and I have 2. But that's because where we live, it's kind of like more mountainous, so they get all the creepy crawlers.
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Bear Bear has those instincts.
Because he's a baby.
Because he is very poshy. I sent literally Brian a text today, and it was about a cat that said cat, naughty cat, and it was a cat on a ship. And I said, we have to work really hard so Bear Bear has his own ship.
Do you guys dress him up too, or no?
When he gets groomed, he gets like a little bow tie and a hanky, whatever they call it. And he looks pretty cute, but he hates it.
Oh, he doesn't like to wear clothes? My dog, I hate to see him naked, so I always have the gentleman in. I have him in pants sometimes too. So like right now that it's cold, he has little trousers on.
Oh my gosh. No, I think he would definitely hate me for that.
And I was really surprised. So Ash Wednesday, we went to church and we just popped in and we were like, oh, you know, let's just get our ashes and bounce. And as soon as we walked in, like mass started. So we're like, I guess we're gonna have to sit for an hour and hear the word. And he sat through mass the whole time. He didn't bark or anything. It was better than some of the kids that were in church.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And he was dressed for it?
What was he wearing? He was wearing a cardigan. So yes, he was kind of like appropriate. And it was late too. It was like 7 o'clock at night.
We have a question.
Yes.
Hey Max, when is ballerina gel number 10 coming back in stock?
It's already in stock. The stock got updated yesterday, so that's a great question. And the nails that we're using today is City Stiletto. Perfect. And then we're
There's another question. I was on the website just browsing and noticed a product called Dom Top. Was a bit confused about the description. Can you please explain?
Yes. So Dom Top is a thick, semi-hard gel top coat. It is the thickest viscosity gel top coat that we manufacture. So it's really great if you want to add volume to the nail, or if you want to encapsulate something like glitters or stickers, or a lot of like Asian nail art, like from Korea or Japan, that requires like almost like a bubble effect. Dom Top will do that, and it gives the nail like volume and viscosity, and it also makes it feel more firm because it is so thick. Almost like a builder gel, but it's a top coat and it's no wipe as well too. So right now I'm going in with nail tip prep and we're chemically etching the inside of the nail. I would go to Italy just for the food probably. Because I bet you their cheese will not give me diarrhea. Because it's probably real cheese.
It's probably real cheese. We have, so it's thicker than the queen gel?
Yes, it's much thicker than the queen gel. Do I have a bottle here? Probably not. I have not had time to clean my station, you guys. It is one thing after another because Roundface was in Puerto Rico for 2 weeks enjoying it. Enjoying the high life. But it is thicker than Queen Hard Gel. But Queen Hard Gel is a hard gel, so it will not soak off. Dom Top will. We're going to use pink taffy today to apply them. And oh my gosh, you guys, today it is, the Lord said, let there be rain and let there be cold. It's like 60 degrees. And yesterday was really nice.
You know, I just don't love the wind.
Oh, it's been so windy.
It's been so windy, and that's when my allergies kick up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go down, like I want to play sick.
I told Luis, I was like, do you guys have allergy shots by any chance?
See, I know. I think you should actually get like a allergy IV with like bee pollen and like just like pick-me-ups for seasonal allergies, maybe.
But mine, it's all the time, especially because I have sinusitis. So it's like I'm constantly just, an allergy, just a giant allergy.
I get up in the morning and I take a Claritin the first thing out of bed.
Really? Every day?
Every day. It's a 30-day non-drowsy Claritin. It's just in these seasonal times when...
Look how pretty that is. Instant gratification.
I know, that bruised finger is just going to be the death of me.
Well, we're going to cover her up.
Somebody says 60 degrees. I wish. I just saw snowflakes when I took my dog out a few hours ago.
Oh my gosh. Where do you live? And that's one of the reasons we decided not to move to Texas was because of the humidity. Because there's no state tax. So I was like, oh, that sounds very like a great deal. But then I saw like humidity and flooding and power washing, and I was like, oh, that does not sound like fun.
Well, you know, I love Texas. I'm a Texan, born and raised there, and I'm not really excited about their electric panel issues. Like when the,
oh my gosh,
the whole state goes out with electricity. So then add the hot, then add the humid. My sisters live in Austin, and they were just so miserable the last time all of that happened. Like they didn't have electric for like over a week.
And it's the only state in the union that has its own grid, huh?
Yes. And I guess El Paso shares one with New Mexico, and that was the only side of Texas that wasn't impacted. So our cold queen lives in Chicago.
Who's Cold Queen?
The one that said 60 degrees.
Oh,
wish. She's
oh my gosh.
So she knows real weather. So someone just posted, I just joined. What kind of nails are you doing today?
We're doing City. What are these? City Stiletto on Miss Danny Longoria. If you guys didn't know, she's Eva Longoria's cousin.
Oh, you're so funny.
Who is she married to?
Someone very fabulous out of, I think he's from Spain, because that's where they live now.
Oh, she lives in Spain now?
Yeah, I think he's a producer of some sort, like maybe music producer.
Didn't she marry Ryan Reynolds? Or who married Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds is the girl that's on XOXO. What's her name? Blair. No, Blake Lively.
Oh, we're gonna do a little coat of shiny on the inside. Do you watch any of the Real Housewives shows?
I used used to until it got really aggressive.
That's what makes it fun.
I know, but then, like, girl, so I work with a lot of women, right?
You're like, I live this. I don't want to have to.
I'm like, okay. Like, everybody be happy. Everybody like each other. Everybody be nice.
You're like, oh my gosh, this is like way too. There was a time where like New Jersey got really dark. This last season was really bad. Let's break that for 1 minute inside the lamp. There was one episode, the finale, where Dolores and Margaret, do you know who they are from Real Housewives of New Jersey? She called her a see you next Tuesday, and like the vein on her forehead was about to pop. She got so aggressive. It was such a great episode. I was like, this is real television.
This is real worth my time television.
Because on Potomac, the Grand Dame, she's going to prison for 2 years. For DUIs.
Well, there you go. I mean, at least she was having fun while she was doing it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But she was, when someone's really lit drunk?
Yeah.
That's how she was. And they released the body cam footage. I felt bad because she's an older lady.
Yeah.
And you gotta respect your elders. But whoever leaked that stuff was like, had no shame for poor Grand Dame. Because she was drunk. Her wig was falling off. And she was like, do you know who I am? And I'm really rich and this and that. And she was just like all over the place. But she was lit. It looks like she had a good time.
That's what Uber's for.
She should have, huh?
Right.
And she sat in the front seat of the police car. How do they feel?
They feel good.
This is the first time you ever do a nail like this, huh?
Yes.
It's very fast and very lightweight. Can you believe they're practically done?
No.
Instant gratification.
I
Another
love
happy customer. But this is great for like women that are always on the go. Like for example, you got things to do, people to see, people to laser their kitty. Well, it's not really laser. It's heat them up. Reshaping them. If you guys want to hear about vaginal rejuvenation, press the number 4. How did your interview go? Didn't you have an interview yesterday?
Oh, yeah. We had an NP come in. And, we have a tight crew, right? And so when we add someone, whether anyone believes it or not, we try to take our time and not just put a pulse in there, but really kind of make sure that they're going to add something to
the right fit.
Right. And so, we were looking for filling gaps, right? And we're very aware of what those are. And it was, nice and refreshing. I really enjoyed the time. They were an individual that knew exactly what they wanted to do, which is kind of hard sometimes when people get in the medical field. One of the things that regular people like me don't realize is the world is their oyster. They can get into so many different categories as NPs that they may not know what they love. They really have to get out there and try a couple of things to really kind of know their seat. And the exciting thing is that they can. I mean, they're in such demand that when we all go to see the doctor, we really see the MP. And we're all okay with that because we just want to get in and get better.
Because the doctor's probably too busy on a vacation paid for by Pfizer.
Well, I don't know about that, but I will say that when we add an NP, we're really looking at what language they can bring forward that maybe we're not speaking, or we're hoping that someone's been impacted by wellness in order to be behind that conversation and not just kind of fake it. And so we really love that she had that story and she owned it, and she was really hopeful that we would, pick her as the candidate because she really wanted to get into wellness, but she started in pediatrics.
Oh, wow.
And I think when you have somebody that cares for something that can't speak pain other than cry, or they don't have their own words, sometimes you have to advocate for infants, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different bedside manner. And so it was just refreshing. I really enjoyed our time with them, and we'll see. We're early on in the hunt, and
You know what's funny is that when you told me you had an interview yesterday, like it was not that. What you just told me was not what I was imagining.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna be like on a podcast or like someone was interviewing you.
No,
I'm so blonde.
We were. You're so funny. Yeah, we were totally in different spaces. No,
I thought you had like,
a candidate.
yeah, I didn't know it was for that. I thought like you were gonna be like on a podcast or talking to somebody.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Have fun. And no, you were like, it was work.
Yeah, no, it was work. It's always work.
So now we're going in with the easy bit, and we're really getting that cuticle really nice and snatched, so that way she gets the longest wear out of these phalanges, and she doesn't have any growth on, and they just grow out really beautifully, because she wants, her end goal is kind of like, I guess like my nails, just really healthy, natural, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
So we got a number 4.
Ooh, there we go. They want to hear about the kitty. Honestly, like I mean, I don't have a kitty cat, but it's really interesting to hear about it too, because it's kind of like, we were talking about it. It's like kind of like a taboo subject a little bit.
It's very taboo. I think that right now.
And men's health is also very taboo too, I think.
Well, men's health though is very different. You can be driving down the road and hear about ED, and we're used to that. We're really kind of just used to hearing about erectile dysfunction and
Viagra.
Absolutely, and everybody's like, yes, get it, please. For women, we don't talk about it post, after you've had children. No one really kind of talks about the aftermath of
the repercussions,
your private area. You and your partner know probably, and maybe don't talk about that. You could be menopausal, and things change once you get to a certain age. And sometimes, with the things in our food, women are hitting perimenopause really earlier.
In their 40s.
Yeah, much earlier. And physicians will likely say to you, oh, you're too young to be in perimenopause. That's just not going to happen. But it is happening. And then you hit the grand moment of menopause, and you want to light people up as you get hot flashes, and you're trying to manage all of that stuff.
Wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh my god, what's going on?
Well, so one of the things that's really important to us is when we were speaking to our urologist peer that trained Brian in particular, was that no one really talks about, if you've ever had cancer, you can't add estrogen to your system.
Oh, wow.
And this is the one thing that after you have cancer and get all your treatments, you pretty much dry up. And
wow.
You think that part of your life is over. I don't care what age you are, having sex is healthy.
Having coitus.
Yes, coitus is healthy. And so this Empower RF machine was important to us because not only do we know that there are young moms out there that when they're being active with their kids, or they're trying to be active in the gym, or trying just to kind of balance everything, they're leaking. And
I've heard of that. Like even some women, when they laugh, they leak sometimes.
I just created an ad where there's 3 girlfriends and they're laughing so hard, and the ad is kind of, have you laughed so hard? Have you laughed so hard that you feed yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And we always say that out loud, but there are reasons why that actually happens. And so a lot of us get UTIs on a regular basis, and we hope that a vitamin will fix everything.
Cranberry juice.
Yep, or cranberry juice in our life. And in reality, that bacteria is building because your pelvic floor is weak. So Empower RF, it means a lot of things to us. It absolutely means that we want to strengthen your pelvic floor because it's just healthy. It's healthy for UTI management. It's healthy for your sex life. It's healthy for...
So it's almost like doing a bunch of Kegels at the same time.
You know what? And nobody ever said, this is how you do a Kegel. Like, there's never been anyone in my life that have ever said, hey, do you even know what that, means?
Yeah, you're like, let me ask my mom. Hey, mom, how do I do a Kegel?
Well, and if anybody really did a Kegel appropriately, the urologist said, they're actually kind of painful when you do them right.
Mm-hmm.
And so most people that believe they are doing them on a regular basis aren't getting anywhere near where they're wanting to intend to be, right?
Wow.
So the entry point to Empower RF is just that. It's just like a It's called Tone, and it just builds your pelvic floor just like a Kegel would, and it does it all for you in 30 minutes, and it's amazing. The next modality on that machine of Empower RF is called Forma, and it has radio frequency heat on top of that Kegel impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a 2-in-1, and it's kind of in the middle. If you have poor pelvic floor, but you also have a little bit of incontinence, and you want to do something about that. And then there's the Grand Poupon, which is Morpheus 8V, which absolutely, just like Morpheus 8 for your face or neck, if you've ever heard of that, it's basically...
Rejuvenates.
It rejuvenates, tightens, and eliminates that. It does the same thing through radio frequency heat. And it's internal, right? So you have to actually have a practitioner, a provider do that. It's really high level, but it reshapes your urinary space, right? And it's 3 sessions, no more leaking, right? So those panty liners that you always count on to kind of help you out.
And it improves your coitus life.
And it improves your coitus life. And I think, at the end of the day...
Happy coitus life, happy marriage.
Yep. Eat, sleep, coitus.
Repeat.
Repeat. And at any age, right? And so I do think that when you have confidence there, you have confidence everywhere, right? And
you just feel better all over.
You really do. And so that's the game. And
like even for men to ED, if you take a little blue pill, you feel like the king of the world.
I know it. And how perfect to match, right? So many partners that actually do something for themselves, if the other side of the partnership isn't matching, it's 9 times out of 10 the reason why their
marriages go down.
Yeah, marriages go down over something as simple as fix yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it is,
and it's great that people now talk about it more, and there's like less taboo and less stigma, especially about women's.
Yep. Well, and you know what? What's really lovely right now, it's having this moment where all these celebrities are turning 50 or 60, and there's all these...
They're still sex symbols.
Well, like Halle Berry is out there right now. She's totally taking over the menopausal conversation right now. There's this master class that I'm about to take that looks really wonderful, and people are openly talking about it. Brooke Shields is out there talking about it right now, and not that that's why we did it. Of course, we did it because we are so heavily male-oriented that we really wanted to bring things to our female patient base that mattered, right? That really changed their lives and mattered.
And made, an impact in people.
Correct.
Where is that sparkly pink I have? It's like if only Hugh Hefner was alive, he'd be doing it left and right to the girls. Here it is. I want to do Flasha 163, but I also want to do like a little bit of APIC number 3, so that we have a balance of like something that's snooty and more like universal looking versus, the Miami stripper pink. Because this color is, it's fire. Look at that, you guys. The camera will focus. So now that you bring that up, there's actually... that we're talking about women and their sexual health. Mm-hmm. So there's a perfume I have called Hexaglobin or something like that, and I found out that perfume smells like witch's brew. So you know how they say witches could fly like on their broomstick? So what women would do back in the days, they would put the Hexaglobin solution on the broom and put it between their legs, and they would trip. So they would get hallucinate from the solution.
Wow, amazing.
So that's why they say like witches and women's empowerment and things like that. That's where it comes from.
That's an amazing story. I'll tell you what, if that Mexican perfume that you showed me earlier, the phallic looking one.
Yes.
If you put that around our office, I bet it would sell a bunch. Not only does it smell good, but it also has some
Mexican tobacco.
Yeah, Mexican tobacco.
It's actually an Arab perfume.
I know. I saw that on the card. That was surprising.
Mexican. What a random name for an Arab perfume, huh? Look at this color, though.
Arabs
it's like a Barbie.
Mexican.
They do. We have some of the best food in the world. Do you like Mexican food here, or do you like Tex-Mex food better? Because it's very different.
I miss a good carne guisada, which is just like a slow stewed meat with kind of like a flour base. It's not good for you, and that's why it's so good. But when I go home to Texas, that's the only thing that I miss. So here, I love the grilled meat, Sonoran style.
Like carne asada, more basic.
Absolutely.
Simple is best, is what they say.
It really is.
Look at that color. I think you're gonna have to go to Miami this weekend with these nails. And this is A Pink number 3. This is a beautiful rubber base gel. Because Tex-Mex food, it's a lot more, I want to say savory, like less spicy, a little bit more savory, and more cheese.
Golden, luscious cheese. You know, the only place that I've really found that kind of cheese is at that restaurant in Encantada. What is it called? It's a Mexican restaurant in Encantada here. And they serve that golden yellow cheese melted.
On top of like sour cream with like black olives on top.
Really
so
yummy.
Good.
I know. But you know what's funny is I went home to visit and I had all the golden cheese that I wanted. And it made my stomach sick. Like I'm already like grown out of the the situation. But I still love it visually. I need it. And there's only one place here that we have found it, and that's why we even go to the restaurant.
Encantada.
The Encantada.
Have you been to Minidito or Guillermo's de Boyolo?
Yes.
And no?
They don't have the
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's shredded yellow cheese. Yes, I remember now.
Oh, the Priscilla's joined us.
Hello, my love. Actually, I've been meaning to message her because now that I'm not traveling anymore, I can finally schedule with her.
Yes.
Look at this color though. Beautiful. Let's bake that for 60 seconds inside the Easy Bake Oven for nails. The armpit of Texas. I can't get over that. Is it that bad?
Well, we call it that. It's so humid because you're on the coast and all the hurricanes bypass Corpus. And we always say it's because the Catholic diocese is based out of there, so they bless the hurricanes away.
Really?
Yeah, it really is really funny. They bounce and they hit Kingsville, which is like, like an inner city with nothing but land around it. We've been really lucky.
Have you been to Mahia, Texas?
Mahia? I don't think so.
That's, I think, outside of Houston. That's where Anna Nicole Smith was from.
Oh, I did.
God rest her soul. The Texas Cinderella. Her and Howard J. Marshall.
Yeah, absolutely. She lived a full life. And a short one, but a full one.
Danny Marshall, that could have been you.
Well, I was probably doing other things. I probably was not in that circle, but...
Probably a little bit too young, too.
A little bit too young.
Maybe his son. Because she was smart. A billionaire. Can you believe that? She probably didn't have to do anything. Because if he took anything for Edie, that'd start foaming at the mouth.
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, that's funny. Huh?
Wasn't he in a little wheelchair?
Yeah, I have to show you pictures. I have them screenshot on my phone. I don't know why, but I have pictures of Anna Nicole Smith on her wedding. He looked so happy.
He did look so happy.
He did.
Wow.
Poor Howard J. Marshall. Can you guys imagine, like, how old was she? She must have been in her 20s. And he was 80-some, like pushing 90.
So funny. I mean, to each their own. He probably, gave her things that she never thought she could have in her life. And
it was an arrangement.
yes, and you know what? Good for her.
She did it well. We're going to do a little French on one. This is 163 again. This is Flash Show. It's everything. What is Priscilla saying?
Oh, she says, yes, please. I would love to see you and your mom.
Yes. now that she has time.
Are all the 123 Go nails not pre-etched anymore?
Yeah, yes, most of them. Some are still pre-etched, others are not. Especially the newer ones are not etched anymore, and that's why we came out with nail tip prep, because it just makes it an easier process. And we don't etch them anymore just because it helps speed up our production, so that way we can be more consistent with manufacturing and produce products faster, so that way when something runs out of stock, you don't have to wait around for it to be available. So we're going to take a little bit on our nail art palette, load up our brush, and do a little French. Because French is kind of having a renaissance right now.
I noticed.
A lot of French. And the great thing is French never goes out of style. It grows out really beautifully.
We did just some videography at the office of like products, and Priscilla had French, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's so awful because I did it so long ago, like Valentine's or something, and it looked so good. Like you couldn't even tell that it was that long prior before she'd had them redone. I thought they looked great. So you're right, they look good for a long time.
They grow out really nicely too because there's no color on the back, so you can get away with like waiting a little bit longer in between.
Erica Starling 34 says, "Hi Max, sorry."
Hi my love, you're just in time for the fun part. For the design of the Fantasia. I love the new Max doll brushes, you guys, because look how sharp they are. You can really get into the corners and make sure that smile line is snatched. It's so Barbie! Oh my God, look how pretty it looks. Let's bake that. Just 30 seconds.
Okay.
Clean our brush. And then we're going to go with some top coat and then begin the blumification. Because I'm a Barbie girl. Yeah, that's my go-to karaoke song. But you don't want to hear me at karaoke because things will probably start breaking.
Do you know
Horrible
who
singer.
is a major karaokeer?
Luis.
Brian.
He does karaoke?
He loves karaoke.
Really?
Like in a way where sometimes I have to say, please don't. But
You're like, stop, sir.
But he does anyway.
Really?
He
Is he good or
raps.
bad? He raps?
He raps.
Wow, I need to see that. Do you have like...
I have a lot of videos of him doing jump around.
Jump around, jump up and get down.
That's like one of his all-time favorites, but he also is into country singing, country songs.
He looks like somebody that would be into country music.
Yeah, he wasn't until I met him. Like,
he wasn't?
he wasn't. Actually,
He was into like 90s hip hop?
Yes.
Really?
And you know what? He loves bubblegum music. Like, it makes him happy.
Bubblegum? Like this kind of stuff?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm surprised a little bit, actually.
He's like a super happy human, so his music has to be like real upbeat.
Because every time I go to the office, it's always like country music or something really mellow.
I've ruined him, yeah. As a Texan, we listen to country music, and then of course I lived in Tennessee, right? And who lives in Tennessee and doesn't listen to country music? Brian Burnett. And so as we started to see each other, he actually started to listen to the music, and now he doesn't listen to anything else practically.
Wow. So,
but if you get him on a cruise, or you get him in Rob Purvis's kitchen, or you like anybody that will put out a microphone, he will take over that mic.
Jump up and get down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Turns into a different human.
Rum shaker. All I want to do is do a zoom, zoom, boom, and a boom, boom.
And I don't know how he remembers all of the words, and he can't remember, like this morning he left his cell phone at home. He can't remember his cell phone, but he can remember every single word to every rap song in that 80s, 90 era.
Oh, my MC Hammer Can't Touch This. No,
Yeah,
no.
absolutely.
I would pay money to see him do Can't Touch This.
Oh, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
And he is not afraid to do the dance moves with it.
Really? Because I have a theory that tall people, we're not good dancers.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't. It's a lack of coordination.
Yes, I have really bad depth perception is my excuse, is what I say. So he's a good dancer or no?
Well, I'm always going to say he's a good dancer, but it is actually quite comical to watch. And
Really?
he knows it, and he's okay
So
with it.
that means no.
He's a confident dancer.
He enjoys it.
Yeah.
He has fun, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible dancer. Like, if you saw me dancing, you'd be like, oh my god, he's having a seizure.
One, you have to give him credit. He has to dance alone because I'm 5 foot and he's 6'3". We're never going to dance together like that. You know what I mean? So he has to like really kind of get into it with himself.
So what about when you guys got married and you had a slow dance? You're like, yeah, it's not gonna. You're
I
like,
was in incredible heels. Yeah, I mean amazing
like platforms.
platform heels. Yeah.
Did you guys have a big wedding?
You know, we went to Jamaica
Mhm.
thinking we were gonna just go off on our own and get married. It was a second marriage for both of us, and we told family members what we were doing, and 30 of them flew and joined us.
Wow. So it went from being just like the two of you to like a wedding.
Yeah, a party of 30, and you know it was lovely.
Beautiful. Look at that. Let's bake that. A friend of mine, she just had also like a destination wedding like that in Mexico, and she invited a whole bunch of people, and you had RSVP, and then like literally it was like itinerary for the whole weekend, like different like events and things like that, like bridal showers and things like that too. So
We stayed the week, and people joined us like their own vacation. We all did excursions together. It was really, really great. And you know what? What's funny is when you plan a wedding here, it is so expensive, and going away like
or a
the
quinceañera or
yeah.
anything like that.
Oh my gosh, we have. Well, poor Luis. He's right now paying for a quinceañera, and man, are they doing it right?
They're going all out.
They are going all out, and I can't wait to watch that beautiful young daughter of theirs go down and get all that done. It's just their whole family will be here. It'll be a big celebration.
Like easily like 10 grand or more for a
Oh
quince.
no, it's like a wedding. It's like double that.
Wow.
And when my parents had 4 daughters.
So like you guys get nothing.
Well, no, this is what they said. You either get a sweet 16,
Mhm.
a quinceañera, sweet 16, or a car.
You choose.
Yeah, we got to choose. 2 of us pick the party, 2 of us pick the car.
Wow. So what did you have?
Which one do you think I chose?
Sweet 16?
Car.
You chose a car?
I chose a car. And my dad was really into cars. So the other sister that picked a car, do you remember that Burt Reynolds Trans Am with the, it was black with the gold eagle on the hood?
Yes, from the TV show, right?
Yes. So her car was brown with the gold eagle on the hood. And it was in that era, right? So it was...
You guys thought you were the Dukes of Hazzard?
She thought she was like a major big deal. And then when I was the youngest, by the time he got to me, it was kind of a car for him more than anything. He wanted always a Corvette, and all his daughters were raised except for me. And so he restored a 76 Stingray Corvette. And he said, this is your birthday present. I only have 2 rules. 1, absolutely no boys in this car. And 2, I drive it on a Sunday.
You got to share the car.
I had to share the car on a Sunday. Well, who cares about Sunday? I mean,
You're like,
come on.
You're like, I'm hungover on Sunday anyway. I'm probably just like resting.
So someone is saying, Max, I'm still learning. I just got the king lap. What gets cured for a whole minute and what gets cured for 39 seconds?
So when you want to freeze a gel, if you're doing like layers, 30 seconds should be good enough. And when you're doing your final layer of gel, go in and cure that for 60 seconds to make sure all those layers polymerize and the nail is rock hard. So that way nothing comes off. Look how pretty that is.
Very Barbie.
So your final layer, you want to do that 60 seconds to make sure that that gel is rock hard and it doesn't go anywhere. But every other layer you could probably get away with 30 seconds. That's funny, Corvette. That's how my parents met. My mom told me the story that her and her sisters went to a nightclub in their town that they're from, and that they were in the parking lot and they saw this really nice Corvette outside, and Mom's like, I'm gonna meet the guy who owns that Corvette. And it had American license plates, so her eyes went like, ooh. And it was my dad.
Well, you know what's funny is when I met Brian, his mom remarried, and she was at a gas station, and a white Corvette was at the gas pump, and she said, I need to know that guy. Well, they ended up getting married, and when I met Brian, they still had that car stored.
Really?
And they took me down to go see it, and it was a duplicate. I'm like, literally, I had that moment of who is like messing with who's punking me right now, because it was the same car that I had when I was a 16-year-old.
Really?
And so they're still convincing me that I should take that out of their storage so they would get more room out of it that I needed, but now it's a safety hazard, right?
No, my dad crashed that Corvette.
Well, so did I. I actually, one day I said, hey, Dad, I'm having a tire issue, and can you take it in for me? And he's like, yeah. So he did, and the front tire blew, and he rolled it in like Texas ditch. You know, they have those ditch ravines or whatever. And it scared him so much that I got a brand new car out of it.
Oh my gosh. So it worked out in the end.
It worked out in the end, but I really love that car while I had it.
No, my dad probably crashed it drunk or something like that.
Legendary says, I really love those gems. They are gorgeous.
Aren't they beautiful? These are the Diamond Holics in, I think, number 1 and number 2. And you guys know today's theme is Texas Barbie, so we're going hard on Miss Danny.
Barbie.
That should be, you could write like a country song.
I am a walking country song.
You're like, I'm a Texas Barbie in my Corvette.
I think when I'm 60, I've told Brian, I'm like, you might have to deal with issues that I may have to settle with myself and do that again one more time, but we'll wait till I'm 60 or something, which is not very far away.
You got a long time. You're 35, remember?
Yeah, it's true. I'll lie. But if I get a car out of it, then I may not, I have to be honest. But he knows. Actually, he sees them on the road and goes, oh yeah, those are beautiful.
You're gonna be blinding people with these phalanges. I have a Tesla that I don't know how to drive. I never learned. The only reason I got it was for tax purposes.
Yes, as you should.
But I'm scared of driving. I don't want to drive.
Yeah, I didn't think you liked to drive just in general.
Me? Horrible. I would probably be a horrible driver. Or maybe I would be really good because I'm really cautious. But driving is not for me.
I feel like I drive like a granny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. And my lease is actually up this year, so I have to get a new model.
What color is it?
Black.
Oh, good.
Black on black on black. But I might get a Cybertruck. I don't know.
Well, you know, I saw somewhere where the Cybertruck was getting like a whole new revamp.
Really?
And what I looked at looked really beautiful. Not like so hard shelled, but actually,
A little bit more commercial looking. Because it is, you either love it or you hate it. For the Cybertruck, I feel.
I think I could love the new one. Not the old one is a little hard shelled, but the new one had softer lines. The lights look great on it. It actually had smoother edges. That was really nice. And then, of course, the Tesla technology. Luis has one, and so we get to sit in it every now and again. And he loves his car. And
not having to put gas in. Oh my gosh, a godsend.
Brian got an electric car this last year, and I didn't think he was going to be able to convert, but he has, and he's done really well with it.
What did you guys get?
He got the Mercedes version.
Oh.
I forget all the letters because I'm a girl, but he loves it and is like, I think I'm going to be really sad whenever it's time to
switch.
Yeah.
I like not having to put gas in it. You don't have to worry about oil changes, water, anything like that. And honestly, like, I've had the car for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in November. And we haven't really had any major issues with it. And I was telling people, I was like, somebody was asking on a live stream, they're like, oh, what car should I get? And I was like, it doesn't really matter your political beliefs. Honestly, like a Tesla, they kind of slap.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and you know what? a lot to be said about what's going on in the world, but then there's also the experience of what you drive every day.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw the line. Like, you know, if I like it, I don't care. But yeah, Luis loves his. He straps his bike on the back of it. It's very universal for all the things that he likes to do. And as a matter of fact, I was trying to convince him to go pick up a printer for me today at Best Buy.
You're like, can you go in the tests?
And he was like, I'll bring my truck. His wife drives this very beautiful, large GMC truck.
Mm-hmm. A Texas truck.
A Texas truck. And, you know, every time I get in it, I feel like I'm small and I love it and I want to go run over curbs. And
you're like, I need a cowboy hat to go in this truck or something.
Yeah, I mean, and I actually said to Brian, I think my next car, I want a truck. And
I can just see you like a big old like Ford with like huge spinners or something.
There's something that you just can't take out of the girl, right? It's
you can't take the Texas out.
Big trucks are just part of it.
And they really are a huge like
you know
part of the culture.
I really learned it was when we were doing all this office stuff. When I was doing all this office stuff, I kept having to borrow Estella and Luis's truck for stupid things like, can you meet me at Hobby Lobby for a large picture frame? Like
moving stuff around.
Moving stuff around was such a pain, and it puts everybody else out, and I hate to ask. And even though they are so wonderful, I'm like, oh, can we go do this again? And I just would really love a truck.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bake this now for 30 seconds because we're going to seal the edges with a little bit of liquid gummy to make sure they don't get tangled in the bundles.
Erica agrees with you. The old one looks like a tin can driving down the road is what she says about the
I think
Tesla
that's what
truck.
makes it look cool.
Again, you either love it or you hate it. The newer one looks sleek. We'll have to Google before I leave.
I need to see what it looks like.
I think it looks kind of sexy. I still, like, I'm a Toyota Tundra kind of girl. Is that so,
Dodge Ram.
so vanilla of me?
Yeah. Bueno, ¿ya se van a ir? Hello, hello. Boy, did I get a voice message from my phone? I swear, I have like...
Your house called you?
I left my phone here last night and like the world is upside down now. Okay, we can take it out now. How do you feel? Is this the first time you ever do something this?
Oh yeah, no, I'm like super neutral. Like I'm a Toyota Tundra girl, right? So like mostly they're nudes, short
French,
nudes.
sports,
Oh my
sport-length
God.
nails.
Yeah.
And now we unleashed a monster.
And of course I'm doing videography Sunday. That'll be hysterical.
Bueno, nos vemos el lunes con el favor de Dios. Do you speak Espanol, Danny? Bye bye.
No puedo hablar mucho, pero entiende todo.
Oh, really? So we can't say anything bad about you in Spanish.
That's right. I'm on top of it. Yeah.
The cool thing about the liquid gummy, you guys, is that now with the new packaging, you can really get in there and not worry about the little edges coming out. Have you taught Brian how to speak Spanish?
Well, I've taught him one-liners. Like he knows.
Donde está la cerveza, por favor?
Yeah, he knows that one for sure. But he knows how to say, I'm not able to speak Spanish, but I really want to. And so when he says that to somebody that is Spanish speaking, they kind of love the effort, right? And they kind of give him a Spanglish approach at that point, like, because they know a little and he knows very little, and then together they get to somewhere, you know,
where they can comprehend each other.
Yeah, and just that he's trying, right? So, you know, when they
appreciate
when you go to Mexico, they look like Brian. That, you know, light eye and, you know, brownish blonde hair. So when
tall too. A lot of people are surprised too that there's more than one ethnic group in Mexico.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of German descent and Spanish descent, so you get lots of tall, light-skinned, a little bit of everything.
Well, when we moved here, a lot of people would just speak to him in Spanish because of that. And so he really, in the hospital setting, kept saying to me, I really need to learn. So now everybody in the office, except for Brian, is bilingual.
Go ahead and put that in.
which is nice because we have a lot of patients that only speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Especially here in Southern Arizona, where like you can get away with just Espanol.
Well, and you know what? I think Latins love that he's married to a brown girl. Once they find that out, they're like, okay, we'll give you a break.
Or it could be like more like enticing, like, oh, he
Yeah.
likes the Latinas.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this design? Is it giving us Texas Barbie? Big hair. Now we need to give you big hair.
Well, I always do big hair, I think.
Big
Today, not
blue
so much.
eyeshadow.
Yeah, green contacts. Do you know, I used to wear green contacts. So
Really?
every time I see your eyes, I'm very attracted. My grandfather had lime green eyes,
Ooh.
and some of the grandchildren got them. And so, because
Did any of your kids get green eyes or it skipped?
skipped,
Mm.
I think I'm so dominant that they didn't have a shot.
Mm.
But my sister's children have lime. Like my nephew Ryan, he looks like what's the guy, the Green Bay Packer, Aaron Rodgers. He looks like Aaron Rodgers, and his eyes are that same color and with that dark hair. Stunning.
So after the hand comes out of lamp, we wait 10 seconds, let it finish the polymerization process, and then we hit it with cotton candy cuticle oil. I also like one of my cousins, she has like really bright green eyes too, like turquoise green. And I think Elizabeth Taylor, her kids didn't get purple eyes, but one of her grandsons has purple eyes.
I think because of my grandfather, anybody that has that light eye, I'm just drawn to them. Him and I were very peas in a pod.
Really? Your nails look so cute. How do you feel?
I think they're great.
Like a Barbie?
Yeah.
Very discreet, very basic kind of
You know who's going to be really proud of
Highland
me?
Park, Dallas, Texas kind of nail.
My friend Melissa is going to be so proud of me that because she always does amazing blingy things to her nails, and I do nothing.
So
And
now you join the
I
bandwagon.
know. I'm going to have to send them to her.
Well, my loves, that's going to wrap up our little demo for today. We're going to head on over to TikTok, do the other hand. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think we created a monster now with Danny with all these bling and this Barbie nails. Don't forget, you guys, that this weekend is the last weekend for 30% off and free shipping worldwide. That free shipping ends Sunday. So take advantage of it, and we'll see you guys in the next live. Bye, everybody.